Ladies and gentlemen, rugby fans from all around the world, welcome to the T-Man Rugger Show, the heart and soul of South African rugby. As always, to my left is Tebogo himself. T-Man, how you doing?
I'm doing fabulous, man. I'm doing fabulous.
Oh, that's amazing. That's amazing. And joined by myself as the host, Chandri van Wyk. And today is a special episode. We got our second guest, none other than the man himself, Mr. JR Esterhuizen.
The guy with the check shoes.
Former Lions player. JR, how you doing, my brother?
Nah, I'm good, my man. I'm really good, and I'm delighted to be here. Really happy to be here by you guys, and thanks for the intro, man.
Okay, no, it's fine. First of all, it's absolutely amazing to have you on the show. Thank you for taking time out on your day to join us here on the T-Man Rugger Show. Other than that, I don't know what else to say. Just thank you for coming on, my brother.
Nice to meet you, brother. I think I spoke to Tebogo a few times, Mr. T.
Yeah.
But we've only spoken via social media, me and yourself.
Yeah. No, you live all the way in the northern hemisphere. Or the southern hemisphere. But yeah, Cape Town is kind of like the northern hemisphere. You guys are almost like on your own, fighting for independence.
Yeah, brother. This is the place to be, man. Yeah, this is the place to be. Cape Town, yo.
Yo, JR. So today's actually a very, very slightly different show. So we're going to talk about, funny enough, we're talking about things that people don't want to talk about, right?
Yeah.
So we decided since it's November, Mental Health Month, so why not talk about mental health? I mean, it happens all over, but obviously, especially in rugby as well, it's very huge. But before we get to that, so mind telling us where your love for rugby started? When did you start playing rugby, man?
Yo, sure, brother. You're taking me way back to 19. I don't want to give my age away.
Yeah.
I mean,
probably,
you're born in
maybe.
1991, bro. You're young, dog.
You should still be playing.
Yeah, but if you see 2000 and you see these kids are in 2000, they're already 23. I'm like, yeah.
And the size, yeah.
Yeah, brother. But yeah, man, I think I'm from a small town called Ashton, a beautiful small town in the Boland, Western Cape. So there, my love for rugby started. I mean, if everybody's playing rugby, then I guess you're probably gonna play rugby as well. So, I think maybe my first game. Actually, funny story. In my first rugby game, my mom, she was actually one of my big inspirations. In the game, and we actually made a bet. And she said, listen here, I'll give you 10 rand for every try that you score. And then I was like, okay, all right. So we went to go play in Worcester. And then, I kid you not, I think I scored 7 tries in that one game.
Oh, 70 bucks.
And, $70 in 98 is a lot of money.
That's a whole lot of money, man.
Did you honor?
Yeah, so I think.
Did you honor the bet? So you got that 70 rand?
Yeah, brother. Nah. She paid it off in portions. It was 50 rand and then it was a 20 rand.
So, Jared, I'm actually more interested in how your rugger in high school. So you were part of that killer Craven week team that had World Cup winners. So tell us a bit about that, though.
Yo, Mania. Do you know what? Joe, in retrospect, during that, with the build up to that team, being part of that Craven week side, it's like, you're part of something special, man. But while you're in it, like, you don't really realize, what type of history you can make with this group of guys, And I don't know, it was just a special group, man. It's almost like we knew, like, everybody knew their role, man. What to do, when to do what, and like in the positions, we just clicked, man, and as a unit. And it wasn't like a 15-man, it was like a whole 22 effort with the management and everything. So I think with the coaches that time, I think it was Davy Snyman and Mr. October. I can't remember his first name. Anyway, but Davy was the
Stormers.
Yes. Davy Snyman.
The tech coach at Stormers, backline coach,
Yeah, Yeah, now that man, his emphasis was a lot of broken play and attacking play,
Yeah.
and he loved to teach stepping. You know, everybody's steppers in the team. He
And
teach everybody how to goose and to
He's still the same though. He's still the same. I mean, part of the reason
all
why
the
the
same.
Stormers
Yeah,
play that brand of rugby, it's him and
yeah.
the skills coach at the Stormers.
Hey, well, judging from
Yes,
his past performances, I wonder what he's doing.
Yeah.
I'm only joking.
So who was part of that Craven team though?
Yeah, bro. Check here. So basically, our front row was Frans, Malherbe,
Sure.
Gary Topkin, other guy Adrian Botha. Then it was Eben, number 4.
Yo.
Lionel van der Sluis that used to play for. I think he played at Marties and a bit for the Lions and at Exeter. Lionel van der Sluis, and then we had Nizamka was
Nemo.
our 7. Yeah, Nemo, bro. That man was he was a machine.
Yeah.
And then we had another few guys from Paul Jim, and then Christian Smith. He was also a good number 8 at school level.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. But we had
Sure,
big names.
that's
We had
heavy,
Ricky
man.
Schreuder. He was our captain. Yeah, Ricky Schreuder, JP Duplessis, Sam Lane. I don't know if you know Bram Stein that played for Italy.
Mm-hmm.
So Bram, he was actually on our bench, me bro. Bram Stein, and
Sure,
then
but you guys had a
Craig
killer
Berry,
team,
you
though.
probably know. Bro, nah, we had a mess. We actually I actually want to make a note of this guy, bro. Like I don't know if you knew about him. His name was William van Wyk. So he was our flyer.
Yeah, William van Wyk. Yeah, I know. You went. You
yeah.
went.
Yeah, so he was part of CRM's under 19 province side, so he was their flyer. He never played Craven Week going through high school, and then in his matric year, he made Craven Week and SA schools. So
That's
that
crazy.
guy was he was basically, yeah, bro. He was earmarked to be basically a Springbok, bro. He had everything, bro. All the attributes. He had the step. He had the kick to poles. If I can tell you, he had pace like the wings. You know, he could run next to us. Yeah. Oh yeah, and Zingiza and Diki, we actually spoke about him the other day. He was the other wing. Me and him has been wing mates at Province since under 16. Yeah, he's like a big boy, first boy.
First boy. So now obviously you go to Craven Week, and then after matric you go to the City of Lights. You go to Josie. You join,
bro, Mama Josie.
Mama Josie. So you come to UJ, and how was that? How was that settling into to Joburg? And I'm assuming that's probably one of the first times being away from home. How was that adjustment?
You know what? The thing is, man, because I came out of Ashton. Ashton was a small town thing, maybe population of, if I want to say 10,000 people, that's a lot, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And then from there I moved to Paul. So I went to Paul Gym. So I was already used to being away from home, you know, living in the hostel, that type of thing. So, but obviously Joburg is a whole different beast, you know. So moving to Joburg, and then, but luckily for us, man, we were a big amount of gents that came from the Western Cape. So we had like a Lions house there in Melville. So the gents stayed together there, the ones that came from different places. But UJ was good, bro. I enjoyed UJ, bro. I was there on the race at Dromedaris. I don't know if you know Drom.
Yeah, no, Drom. Yeah.
In
Melville.
Yeah. yes, nice. What's it?
Now you can see where it was.
What's that
nice,
place? That Transkei. Is that place still open?
Transkei? No, that place closed a long
Transkei.
time ago.
Sure, bro. Nah, that was the place. But anyway, yeah. So Joburg was good, man. Like I made good friends there, bro.
Yeah.
And like on the campus, obviously we play rugby on the campus. The people know you, man. You see, so you just make friends, and it's just easy, man. You know, to obviously make friends of different cultures. You know, that type of thing. I think that was the biggest thing for me.
Tell us a bit about the teams that you played for. So, which year did you play for? When did you play for UJ's first team?
Okay, so I started playing Varsity Cup in 2012.
2012. Okay.
So that was actually we had a solid side. So how it worked was the boys that didn't make the Super Rugby squad, they get released. So obviously we still contracted with the Lions.
Yeah.
But then we go play for UJ, and then obviously if the Lions feel like, listen here now, they think you're ready maybe for Super Rugby, or you know there's maybe a few injuries, then they bring the boys back. You know. So that season it was actually my second year under 21, and then I just got a call that time. I think it was early January. Then this coach Coach Hugo van As, he was the coach at the time. Yeah, it was the two brothers, Hugo and I don't know the other brother's name, but the one coaches the backs and the other one the forwards. So he gave me a call. He said, "Listen, JR, how quick can you get to Joburg?" So I said, "All right, give me a day or two, then I can get my things sorted and I can come up." He said, "All right," because we're starting pre-season. And I said, "All right, I'll pull through." And bro, it was a great experience, bro. That Varsity Cup, it actually opened big doors for me. And I think the first game we played against Tuks, 2012. Rudy Page was in that team. So we had a lekker team. It was Guy Cronje, Rudy Page, Jaco Kriel was in that team. But Jaco Kriel actually got the pink shorts like 3 games in a row, bro. And then they pulled him up to Super Rugby.
I remember
the Gents were upset, man. Yeah. Hey,
no, he was a level above, though. He was a level above.
Bro, if that guy pulls up, nah, bro, there's no pink shorts for the rest of us. You can be a wing and you can score 4 tries, but you won't get the shots.
and talking about selection, since we do want to talk about mental health, what type of pressure does it put on a player, especially when you are playing Varsity Cup and you are seeing, maybe like you just said now, your friends or people you know getting called up, and you're just kind of like waiting for your time, and you don't know why you're not being selected, and you're putting in the work. What type of pressure does that put on yourself? Not only on yourself, but what does it do to your mental state?
Yeah. Like, I mean, like, if especially if you know, like, that's a good question. When you know you're working hard, you're putting in the effort, you're putting in the performances week in, week out. I think it's really tough, man. But I mean, if you know it's not your time, I mean, your time is your time. If it's not your time yet, then you must accept that, it wasn't meant for you in that moment. But I mean, for gents like Jaco Kriel and those boys that got pulled up, I mean, it gives us hope as well to say, like, listen here, if you bring the heat, if you bring it in the game, the opportunity will come, But if it is that you're performing and you're not getting selected on the flip side, then I think it could become very despondent. You could become despondent, and I mean, you could become a bit depressed as well. If you know you're performing and you're not getting opportunity, you're not getting a shot. So yeah, I think that for the gents that's in those positions, it's a little difficult.
And you know what's also a thing there? Especially if you had 3 amazing games.
Yeah.
Say now you play wing, you had 3 amazing games. Now, obviously, in the video room, you are being discussed by the opposition team. You know what I'm saying? You're being discussed. Everyone is like, "Can y'all please mark JR Esterhuizen?" Right? And now you being marked by 3 players. So obviously you're not gonna be able to perform. You're not gonna be able to step anyone because there's 3 players on you. And that's what they were discussing. So they're actually making you play a bad game, and that can be like a thing to your detriment, especially like in that scenario where you waiting to get chosen and you see your dreams is here, everything is right in front of you, and the other team is like, no, actually this guy can cause our team damage. We're just gonna put 3 players on him, and the 3 players mark him the whole time. So it looks like you're having a terrible game, and every time you catch the ball, there are 3 defenders on you, and there's absolutely nothing you can do. So in those situations, especially in rugby, like, it's moments, small moments, where coaches see you.
I slightly disagree with that. I just feel that, especially if you. The thing is, people are going to work you out with the technology now in rugby. It just means that you just have to level up. You just have to take your game to the next level.
But 3 defenders.
Yeah.
No, but you just have to level up. That can never be an excuse, though. And the thing is, once you're good, that's why it's very important to work on different skills, right? Let's say, for instance, you're a wing that only relies on your pace. You have to work on something else. So, but I personally disagree with that. I just feel that at that level, you just have to you have to outwork the defense, basically, especially as a wing.
It's tough. It's tough. I can agree with you on that point where you're like, hey, you have to make a plan. But my brother, hey, that's
it's not easy. Position. It's not easy, but it's not supposed to be easy.
Yeah.
That's the thing about pro rugby. It's not supposed to be easy.
Yeah. No, 100%. But I actually, I mean, I can see both of your points, like Chandra, what he's talking about is a reality. Because you get guys that come onto the scene. I mean, local rugby, provincial and international rugby. Guys come onto the scene first season and they're blazing the pitch. Next season, then you see, this guy's actually not scoring as many tries. And then obviously you have to evolve, and you like Tim said, you have to grow as well as a player because they're gonna analyze you, like a guy like Brian Abena. If he comes onto the scene, they're gonna analyze him,
Yeah.
But you'll see the tries won't be as much. But obviously, you have to level up, and just try to improve all the time to see where can you
Yeah.
make meters or break the gain line or. So I think that also comes with good players. Difference between great players and good players, I guess.
No, definitely. No, I definitely agree with it. But there's a lot of good players, though. But the difference between good and being next level, being elite. I like to call it elite. It's just those small differences. I mean
Yeah.
There's a lot of good players, especially in SA.
Yeah.
There is. Look, the depth is absolutely incredible. But yeah, talking about that, your time at the Lions, how was that for you?
Yeah, no, my time at the Lions, Sean Ray, it was really amazing, man. Like, I mean, for me as a youngster, like taking you back to that 7-year-old Lighty, that was running barefoot on the rugby field. My dream, I told my parents, listen, I want to play professional rugby one day. And I mean, they supported me, brother. My whole family supported me with my dream, to say, listen, I want to play professional rugby. And they backed me up, So I had that support structure from home. My siblings supported me. Everywhere we go to a family function. They know, hey, die later, I got rugby speel. Oh, I'm got the Springbok.
No
All the
occupy for
family
him.
members.
No occupy for him.
Yeah, it's just rugby balls, man. Yeah, rugby balls in the house. But sport was part of it, So for me to get that opportunity, the Lions actually earmarked me, saying, I think it was in my grade 10 year already when we played Gran Como. So they started noticing me. And then in my grade 11 year, we played at St. Stithians. And the coaches actually approached me after our first game. I had a banger of a game. We played against, I think, North Cape from the Northern Cape. So I had a quiet game, bro. Broke the line maybe 3-4 times. Put my fellow wing into space. He scored a try. And then they came to me. They were like, listen here, we want to bring you up to Joburg. Then my coach said, whoa, this guy still has to play Craven week this year for us. And then so he actually put a block to it. And then so I actually only went after high school, but I got signed when I was in grade 12, beginning of grade 12 already for the Lions. So I always had love for the Lions, bro. Like that was the team I would have wish to go play for because of like a guy like Brian Abena, Ricky January, Conrad Jantjies. You see me and Conrad Jantjies, we got the same look.
Okay,
and
let's act like that's
a guy
a choice.
Yeah, let's keep that between me and you, brother.
You walked right into that one.
Yeah.
You walked right into that one.
Yeah, so yeah, now I was waiting for that. I think he was gunning me for
he was gunning for
me.
No, I know, and I feel your pain on that one. But so you were signed actually to the Lions for a very, very long time.
Yeah, I mean, I won't say a very long time, but I mean long enough to be able to do a few things. I was lucky enough I would say lucky because when you play at the professional team, I mean at any team, we would have these meetings and they would tell you, listen, here, gents, only 1% of you guys is gonna make it.
Yeah, they
and
like
you look around
meetings.
the room and you check, you check, you guys are 30 guys, 1%. Yeah. How many is that? That's like 3 guys. And then the next year they have the same meeting. They say, yo, guys, you saw last year, who's still here of the guy that was here last year? And then they say 1% will make it. And then at the end of the day, bro, I won't lie, in my under 19 team, Faf was a part of that under 19 team. I think he was the 1% that made it.
Oh, and making it dirty.
So,
and I mean, and for a guy like Faf, I'm super happy for him, man. He's a good gent, he's a good mate, and he also had his ups and downs, bro. Like he was also, ridiculed, and he was told he's too small, and long stories. The other one is one of the best in the world today.
I don't understand those discussions, when people say you're too small. I mean, that's the reason why we love rugby, is that there's a position for everyone. No matter how dark you are, no matter how dun you are, no matter how tall you are, no matter how short you are, there is a position for you, and you can play to the best of your ability.
No, I think that's the beauty about rugby, man. Everyone can play the game. So, JR, let's just go into when you started your mental health struggles. When did that start? And
like in terms of mental health, like, man, I think it's a word that gets thrown around a lot, like, hey, those guys, especially people talk about crazy or talk about bipolar. Hey, that one is bipolar again, But people they're not always educated, especially, I don't want to say in the colored communities, but like, in our people, we
You
don't
can say
always
it.
know exactly.
You can say it. I know. I know my people.
Yeah. Yeah. No, we don't always really know and understand and have empathy, We just say, yeah, is mal man is,
The
En
Malcolm.
Hy moet uitgesort raak. Ja, hy moet sy
Dan
sy
denk ik,
pille
net een
drink.
pak sla, dan kan hij rechtkomen. I know.
Yeah, no,
That's what
he
they say.
knows
That's what they
exactly.
say.
He knows exactly what he's talking about. Yeah. So I mean, you could be ridiculed and misunderstood, but I think with me, it started in like 2014, 2014 into 2015. And then I was basically, like I mentioned before, man, like with selection of teams and stuff. I mean, I was waiting for my shot, in terms of Super Rugby at the Lions, that type of thing, and then played 3 seasons of Varsity Cup, and then I think that build up of that, just being despondent, and becoming depressed. Firstly, where I was in a period where I didn't really want to get up out of bed, my bro. Like you don't even feel like going to the gym. It's stuff that you enjoy to do that you don't really enjoy doing. And I mean, like even if you talk about suicidal thoughts, that type of stuff, that cross your mind. Not that I would have acted upon it, but it's something that you think about it. You think, yes, you don't really smack, you don't even know why you're doing this, And I was in a state where I wanted to quit, and just go back home, and I don't know what to do. I mean, what I was going to do if I just had to leave it,
Yeah.
So through that, I had to work through that and go to a psychiatrist, bro. And then you must now sit there and, okay, then the time he sat there and he talked to you about your feelings. Okay, Shanray, so tell me, you lost your hair in 2016. So how did that make you feel? Now you must not say, my lady. Yes, I started gel and I do a cave feel. I did a mohawk, and then one day I started brushing my hair. And the hair started falling off. You know what I'm saying? So now you must dig deep and talk about feelings. And I mean, I lost my mom at a young age, so stuff like that. I had to talk about it. Yeah, brother, man. It's also things that was affiliated to mental illness. She was also misunderstood, I guess. My mom. But so yeah, bro. So that's actually something that stuff I had to talk about, So the way this lady explained it to me, she said it's like whatever you take, like trauma or pain or stuff that's sad for you, you take it and then it's almost like a beach ball. Now, and you try to push it in a swimming pool, So I mean, eventually it's gonna erupt, bro, and all those beach balls are gonna fly out of the water, and then that is when the popo eats the fan, I would say,
Yeah.
So that's basically what happened to me in 2014. And then I worked through that whole state of depression, and I had a bit of anxiety as well, insomnia, where I struggled to sleep.
Yeah.
Eventually, I worked through that. I got some medication, for depression, very light medication just to get me, And then I was able to get back on track, back on the field. We actually made the finals of the Vodacom Cup that year, I think. And then after that, I spiraled into a state of mania. So mania is basically basically the way I can explain it is the opposite of depression, man. So depression, it be in a low. Mania is basically the other word for bipolar as well. So I mean, I'm not a psychiatrist, but I actually had to look up at the bit, the facts and the stuff.
That's okay.
And then when the people coming in the comments, hey, bro, what did you say? That's not true. Anyway,
That's a mania.
Yeah.
That's a mania.
Yeah,
Nah, man, I just want to say it takes courage. It takes courage to especially work through mental issues, especially when you have it. And I mean, and at the time, that time there was so much stigma against it as well. We still have it today. I mean, mothers still teach their children like, oh my word, you a boy, don't cry. You a man. Just ridiculous things like that. And to work through something like that, through that stigma at that time. And so I just want to tell you like that took a lot of courage. Like hats off to you for working through your issues, because it's a thing that a lot of people face, and a lot of people don't want to face it head on and just be like, listen here, all these things are happening to me. They're not happening because of me. They're just happening to me,
Yeah.
and there's nothing else I can do.
Yeah.
I can literally just work through these issues, and it takes courage. And hats off to you for working through it, my bro.
Short manier, man. Short manier. Yeah, I mean, it's an ongoing thing, you know. It's not like something that stops. It's like any type of
True.
growth, man. You have to work through issues, you know, and things that's happening in your life, you know, like, and it never stops, bro. Like, I mean, things happen, life happens, and, so you have to take the good with the bad, my bros. But enjoy the good as well, you know, all the goods and the small successes, victories. Just enjoy it and celebrate it, man.
Mm-hmm.
So, Jer, I'm not sure if you actually done explaining the whole Mania, that episode that you
Oh,
had.
yeah. Yo, bro, I'm laughing about it, but yeah, so that time I was going through this, so the state of mania. So during that period, man, like it's you, or the way I was, I'm not saying you become it. For everybody, it's different, but the symptoms and the signs look the same, man. You very, reckless, man, you know, with money, firstly. So I maxed out maybe
Where
2
was I,
credit
man? Where
cards,
was
gents.
I?
Yeah, brother. I actually had a one bro of mine, a good friend of mine. He looks like Chandra, but he's actually a little bit darker than Chandra. He's one of my best friends, actually, bro. His name is Poichi. Shout out to Poichi.
Oh,
Anyway,
Poichi.
so this man, he was with me that time, and I don't think he really understood what was going on, man, because we went into Cotton On, and I told this man, check here, bro, you can take whatever you want in this place. We got a shop. So that's why I started packing in, bro. Started taking stuff clothes. I think we slept maybe, so it was 5 or 6K that day, just with, you know. But Cotton On obviously is not designer, but it's a lot of stuff in Cotton On, you know.
Yeah, no,
I
sure.
know if he was darker than me, I probably looking for his size there.
They tell him, hey, but the 4XL is coming next week. Check it. But yeah, and then I was just reckless, man, with money and stuff. We went out many nights, you know, just spending, bro, and like just doing stupid things, man, like out of character.
With the girls,
And
yeah.
I was driving very reckless. Yeah. Come again?
With the girls, obviously. I mean, you guys have got guap.
Nah. Yeah. I mean, you just entertaining, must entertainer, you know. So yeah, so I think that's part of it. So maybe if you see some people splurging too much, just maybe ask them to get checked out a bit.
No, keep that in mind.
So I was going through that, and then there was a period where I think I went totally off the rails this one day. So this was like the beginning before I was admitted into a psychiatric facility, actually. Then it became serious, bruh. So I was driving this car. I bought actually a new car, a Polo Vivo. It was the Vivo Max. So just remember, I say Max now, then you'll understand when I tell you why. And then, so I was driving. I had to go fetch somebody at work. So I was driving. I think it was that side by Clearwater, Roodepoort side, and I was speeding, man. You know. And in my mind, now just listen how this mania gets you. I believe this car is gonna fly into heaven, bro. Honestly, I thought this car is gonna take off and, you know, Kalula. Bruh, so I was driving, and then eventually I realized, listen here, this guy is not going to lift off. Almost like my mind just told me, listen here, bruh, just come back to reality, get off this level where you're on. And I got to a 4-way robot, and then I realized, listen, I'm maybe hitting, I don't want to say how fast I was driving, but I was driving fast, bro. Going through, and I realized, hey, I'm not going to make it to jump this robot. And then I had to start slowing down, but I was too fast by the time, so I hit another car at the back, you know, a one-tonner. And then the car was standing still. And then I think the front of the car started burning. So I had to make a choice. I thought I'm going to be like, you know, Superman in the movies. He does this and he hits the window out. And then I did this and my elbow got hurt. So I had to turn and kick out the window, jump through the window. And I just went on my knees, bro, and just said thank you to God for protecting me, because I was unscathed.
Sure.
And I think that was a miracle. So I was standing there, bro, in the middle of, I think, Roodepoort, and this guy, the car that I hit, their family came to me and they were wanting to fight with me and stuff, you know, and think I'm under the influence because, I look like a crazy, bro. I was dressed very nicely, but I had a Bible in my hand, you know, so I don't know if they thought I was a pastor or what was going on, Jehovah's Witness, or I don't know, bro.
Yeah, I think
so. So I was standing there, bro, and then I think maybe for a good 1, 2, 3 hours, bro, before my family came to me. My family there in Pretoria, they came to get me, and then from there on, they took me, and then the next day, my team doctor from the Lions. So they let the union know, listen here, something happened to me, and I wasn't under the influence, and then but they need to check me out, and I got admitted into the Rand clinic there in Joburg.
Sure.
So that was the beginning where they found out, listen, yeah, I was diagnosed then to say like I have bipolar type 1. But when I was in that place also, I was a little bit violent because I remember that day I was wearing a Brazil jersey. It was the FIFA World Cup that time. I was wearing a Brazil jersey, and I think the doctor asked me also, hey, where are you going? I said, no, I'm going to the World Cup. I have to go play for Brazil. I was going to join. I was going, yeah, bro, I must go join Neymar and the gents. And then, yeah, so they admitted me to the psychiatric facility. And then I thought, nah, it was a lekker time. I'm in this place. And then when my family left, I realized, hey, bro, I'm in this place alone. And I tried to get away to break out of this place, but I tried to break through the burglar bars. And then there were 6 guys in this room in this hospital or in this dorm, or what do you say?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I went in there, and these 6 guys, they actually left when I came in. I think they saw, nice, something is coming up here. So I started trying to flip the beds. I tried to flip some of the beds, and those hospital beds are heavy, bro. So I flipped a few of them over, and I just told those doctors, check here, you guys are not coming in here because they wanted to inject me, man. And I just said, nah, man, you're not going to inject me. So I was a little bit, running around there in the place, and then eventually I got tired, and then they gave me some medication. They sedated me. They gave me some medication in a cup. And they said, hey, this guy's tired. They're giving me some Oros. Drink the Oros. And then I think maybe a few days later, I started waking up and realized, hey, where I am,
Sure.
So,
a few days.
Yeah, so that, bro, I don't know. I lost track of time, bro. I didn't even know how long I was there. I was there for about 2 weeks, man, bro.
Gee, that reminds me of a concussion. Have you ever had a concussion before?
I was always stepping them.
Oh, my soul. Oh, my soul. Oh, my soul. Oh, my
God.
I've had a concussion
actually,
before,
one day
it feels like you're missing days and weeks.
Concussion?
And, like you wake up and then you're like, how did I get in the lounge?
Yeah.
I was just playing rugby now. And then you wake up again and it's like 4 days later. And then you're like, fine.
Yeah.
That's how it feels like.
Yeah. Yeah, but I talk about concussion. We were actually at school. We were playing it at, I think it was, but I can't even, now you see, I can't even remember where we played all the concussions. So we played, I think it was Kempton Park, the in Joburg. And then I got a concussion while stepping. I ran out of the 22. I tried to step the fullback. I beat him, and then I slipped and I fell and I knocked my head. So I obviously had a concussion. Now I'm sitting in the ambulance. Now this brother's asking me, hey, brother, what's happening with you? Where are you? And I didn't even know where I was, bro. I think I said I was in New Zealand somewhere.
So,
Jamaica.
Jared, tell us a bit about so you actually spent, even though short, you spent time at the Kings.
Yes.
Kings.
Yes, brother. Ja, ik was er niet bij geweest een beetje.
was er niet bij.
Yeah.
How was that though?
Yeah, they must talk about. It was good, bro. It was good there at the Kings. It was something I needed, man. That time where I was in that stage in my life, at the Lions. So that time when I was in that psychiatric hospital in that Rand clinic, I picked up a lot of weight, man, because I was sedated and I was under heavy medication. I think I was on lithium and I don't know what else, bro. Like that's like the gold standard, heaviest of medication that you can get. So I gained a lot of weight. So they were telling me in the facility, in this place, I was basically, while I was in that state, I was still at the mindset of exercise. So I was going, there was like a recreational area and I was doing push-ups, running up the stairs, because I knew when I get out, I still have to play. That was my mentality. Mm-hmm. So basically I was training, but I was chowing a lot because that medication, it almost like stops your appetite, man. It actually increases your appetite. So you don't really know when you're full. So you can just eat and chow and chow and chow. And then I blew up, bro. I was maybe twice under his size, bro. I promise you.
Why was my size always come into this conversation? Bro, you should have seen me when this
but
podcast started,
Sandre,
bro. I was big when this podcast started. But after every rugby
is
guest,
it?
I'm like, I need to work hard. I need to work hard.
Lekker. How much do you weigh, brother, if I may ask?
I used to weigh 120. I'm
Yeah.
110
19.
now.
Okay.
I lost 10 kgs.
Oh, you lost 10.
Yeah,
I lost
bro.
10.
Okay. Since the podcast
Yo,
started.
nah, but you're looking good, bro.
But it's more
Yeah,
muscle
looking.
than anything else. You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Nah, but you look good. What position do you play?
I played prop. Lou said.
Why
Okay.
are you
Nah,
even
lekker.
asking, bro?
Nah, lekker. Now you look.
Nah, bro,
But you look like you can
Why
play
are you
flank now,
even
man.
asking?
I played prop
which
in
other,
hooker.
You
which
can play-
other position does she? I mean, just say front
Now
row.
you can
It's
play
done.
maybe flank. You can
All
play
right, scrum
flank
up.
now, bro.
Okay, scrum up.
Just say front row and then you're done. Alright.
So you actually played
Yeah.
at EP Kings when the ship was sinking that side.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, listen. Yeah, I was at Brian. You know that I was, yes, bro. I was like Captain Morgan on that ship, my bro. Honestly, like just keeping the one leg up, just keeping the one leg up, hoping for for things to just get better, bro, to get saved. But yeah, nah, it was hectic, bro, at the Kings End. But back to that, man. Like, it was a great experience, bro. Like, they took me in there with open arms. The Kings didn't really pay me, So they had all the money with the situation with the money. It was all right for me because I was paid by the Lions, So when the Jets were going on about salaries and stuff, I was like, I'm all right. I'm all right,
I
hey,
think
guys.
a lot of
I'm
players
fine.
weren't paid there by the Kings.
So
Yeah, bro.
you could actually
But
go
check
shower
it.
at your place, unlike the players that had to shower at the gym.
But I went to go buy my groceries. I could pay my bills. I was all right,
You're a cheese boy there.
But
Yeah,
check
'cause
it.
when
Yeah,
the EP
nah,
Kings
man.
came up, like I'm from the Eastern Cape, so when they came up, I was like, hey, because I support the Stormers. The reason why I support the Stormers is because my father is from Cape Town. My father's from Bonteville.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I'll support the
Yo,
Stormers.
Bontas, bro.
Yeah. My father's from
Bontas.
Bonteville. And
Yo, Timen. Does Timen know Bontas?
I don't think he does. But my father lived there way back, like way back.
Okay.
So it was
Yeah,
still not. It wasn't as bad as it is
Once
now.
a person says, I live there way, you must know. You must know there's something dodgy. I haven't even asked him. He's just...
So when the EPs came up, I was like, oh my word, this is a team that I wanted to see them succeed. You wanted to see them succeed and them come up, and you just wish them the best. But it's unfortunate that happened.
Yeah.
And what was the feeling like in that camp while that ship was sinking?
With a Watson.
Yo, my man, to be fair, man, like the vibe was, how could I say, for me coming from the Lions that time, I was a bit despondent, I just needed something new. I think a new environment for myself, because the Lions basically told me, bro, with this weight that you're carrying now, I don't see you playing wing again, or anytime soon. You're gonna have to cut the weight. Like they were assisting me, I was basically in a full-time off-season plan, just to cut weight. On just running and doing cardio, bro. No weights, no weights that I had to pick up, or supplements or nothing, bro. I was just on a cutting phase. So when I got to the Kings, it was a great setup, man. For me, I think the facilities was amazing, bro. Like they had a great gym. I think the gym was one of the best that I've seen, bro. And the Giants just had a good atmosphere, man. Like I think Luke Watson, that bro. There's something special about that guy, bro. I won't lie to you, bro. This is really he has a way to bring guys together. He's almost like a Sia, bro, like a Sia type of figure. Because I remember we had like team meetings, and then you just talk about yourself. I mean, the gents were just telling stories about themselves, and where they come from, and the boys just, like a team building, type of events we had, So and then Luke was really instrumental in that setup.
Oh, okay, lekker. And that's the time where his dad was the president. Wasn't Cheeky the president?
Yeah, his dad was the president. Yeah.
And he was the
100%.
captain.
Yeah. No, like I was actually, I spoke to somebody the other day, and then because I remember when they started striking, when the guys weren't paid.
Yeah.
And I think we had a team meeting this one morning, and then his dad was still talking and saying, "Oh, guys, don't worry, we're getting paid. Say maybe in the next 2 days, 3 days." Then Luke came in just after his dad, and he said, "Gents, we're not training today. Tools down. We're going home. If you want to gym, you can go gym at Virgin Active or go run on the beach. But as soon as the salary gets paid, we're coming back." And that is dad, bro. His dad just said, "Listen, yeah, we're getting paid now." And he said, "Nah, guys, we're not training until we're getting paid."
Oh,
So
that's
he was
awesome,
really, he
though.
was one for the gents.
That's
Yeah.
awesome, man. I mean,
Nah, look, I have big respect. I have big respect for him.
yeah. So let's talk about your time in overseas in Romania.
Yo,
Rugby
man,
in Romania.
Who did you play for
Yeah.
in Romania?
Yeah, nah. Yo, bro, I've actually played for a team. They actually known as the Bulldogs, Dinamo. The name is Dinamo. Yeah. So it's CS Dinamo. Yeah. Nah, it was good, bro. Romania was special. Like I said, like the same with the Kings. Romania came at a time almost like at a godsend time,
Yeah.
you know. I was playing a bit of club rugby at SKW in Cape Town. So then I started not playing wing as much. I was a bit bigger, so I weighed maybe 104, 105. So I played 12 center. So I played inside center. And yeah, so I maybe played for them for maybe one season and a bit, a season and a half. And then I was actually talking about this. I applied different places, not applied, but sent emails to different teams, you know. That time I didn't have an agent really, so I just, you know, sent my CV like, oh, bro, if I sent it like 2,000 different emails to different places, you know, just with my CV and my clips and stuff, you know, just to get the opportunity. And I was hungry. And then luckily, there's one guy, he just WhatsApped me actually one day. So I spoke to him maybe a few months ago, and then he contacted me and he said, "Listen, here, there's opportunity in Romania. This is the package. They're going to pay your flights, they pay your accommodation, they cover your meals, and then this is the salary that you'll get tax-free." And I was like, "Yo, okay, nah, that sounds good, bro. I think we're going to go."
Yeah.
And then I just had to sort out my visa and my stuff. And then I was off to Romania, my bro. Like, Romania was amazing, bro. Honestly, like, I mean, the culture, it's a bit different, man, to South Africa. They're not a very warm people, you know, very welcoming. You really have to gain their respect first, you know. So I went over and I actually played fly-off for them a bit in my first few games because I was basically cover fly-off, center wing, you know, like covering the whole back line. So then I started playing fly-off a bit, and then so now I must get the calls right, you know, because the language is different. They speak Romanian. So now you must say, "Hey, Chef Fans, bine, Roshu, whatever." So now the calls is either so the calls was, so I'm playing fly-off, so it's a right, left, trapta, stinger, and then you say Roshu is red, Galben, Albastro, Negro, you know, so you have to make all these calls and the different names. So then we maybe call a move, and then Stemishora is a one team, and then maybe you call the other team Bayamare. It's another team, but it's the name of a move. So I have to learn all these little things, you know, and obviously embrace the culture, you know, get to know what's happening there.
Oh man, that's so amazing. JR, we just want to say thank you so much for doing this, my brother. It was so special talking to you. Please tell us where the people can find you on the socials.
Yo, okay, man. Yeah, thank you, man, and thanks for you guys for sharing your platform, you know, and opening up.
Brother.
Anytime, my brother.
Nah, it felt like a bit of a family reunion now, you know, with us chatting a bit of chatting a bit of ball. So you guys can find me. I mean, I'm on Instagram. So it's basically if you JR Esterhuizen, so it's JR Easy 14. That was actually my rap name back in the day, you know. JR Easy 14. Yeah. And then the other one is JR Skone. That's obviously for my podcast. I'm on Spotify as well. You can find me JR Skone, and on YouTube JR Skone as well. And on Twitter, what is Twitter X now? What is it? Uber X or what is it?
Yeah, it's X now. It's Elon's child's name.
Any parting shot in terms of talking about mental health? What advices do you have for people that are going through that, especially in the rugby world?
Check here for the rugby community, and I mean people in general. If you're going through anything, man, like just one thing I can tell you, my bro, just believe, brothers and sisters, the sun will shine again, man. You know, it won't be dark times forever. The sun will shine again, and just take it step by step. You know, don't be too hard on yourself. I think that would basically be my words to you. Just getting through anything,
Yeah.
Things are difficult, but just try to stick to what you know. Pray. If you have a good support structure, just speak to who you can rely on, that type of thing, and do what works for you, if you need some fresh air, if you need some exercise, if you need to listen to music, if you need to write, try to get good sleep. I think that's things that work for me, in terms of that.
That's
Oh,
absolutely amazing.
JR, no, thanks for those words, my man. And we'll definitely have you back on the show, and then we'll talk some more ruggers. And yeah, man, thanks for joining
Some
us.
more things. Yeah, thank you so
So,
much.
short Manera, man. Thank you, man. Thank you. Nice meeting you guys, man.
It was nice meeting you
Sweet.
too. And there you go, ladies and gentlemen, and that's the show for this week. Please, if you don't already, please click that link. Let me click that link. Please click that bell icon, subscribe, get your notifications, subscribe, and basically, what was it called? That thing at the top there.
I'm asking you.
No, there's a little thing there that you press to get your notifications. What do you call that thing? Kimajigiki?
What you? I don't know.
Alert.
The bell, yes, the
Alert.
bell.
Are you looking?
Ladies,
Yeah.
I don't know the
Yeah,
thing.
You just said bell now.
Okay,
so I
Ding,
thought
ding,
you
ding,
said-
ding, ding.
Ladies and gentlemen, please subscribe. Press the little bell thingy there so you can get all our shorts,
Take care.
all our reels, and also be notified if we drop an episode. Peace out, love, and take care. And as JR says, are you waving the flag there behind you?
Hulle weet nie wat ons weet nie.
Hulle weet nie wat ons weet nie. Right now, the Proteas are losing. As I'm making this podcast, the Proteas they're getting a whooping of their lifetime. The Australians are coming through with the things. I'm just reporting what's happening. When this podcast drops and we didn't make it to the final, it's going to be okay. We're going to see what happens in the bowling. But anyway, JR, thank you so much for joining us, my brother. Take care. Any parting words you want to leave us with,
Thanks,
man?
guys.
Nah, man. Just keep watching the show, and we'll definitely deliver content on a weekly basis. And yeah, we'll see you guys next week.
Peace.
Adios.
Bye.